Last one went the different way, gives you a few options. And then I think he followed that with a 1-2-3, I think, just after that. So that.
And then leg 11, once Thornton's got himself right back in the match, this is to go 6-5 in front, checks out at 1-2-1, and he's been doing this a lot. Yeah,
that's given him a lot of confidence, I think, for the rest of the game. Not just because he's put him in front, but taking a good finish out when the pressure's on. Especially the bullseye as well. It's always good to get the cherry in the middle, as they say.
Absolutely. Tell you something else that perhaps is significant, that Phil's back out before Roberts practicing. You don't often see that either. Yeah,
we haven't seen much emotion from Phil, but when he hit that double in that last double five in that last leg on the last dart, he gave it, didn't he? So he knows he's in a battle.
Who's your money on?
I think it's going to go all the way. I mean, you're always going to go with Phil, but if Robert can carry on the way he's doing, he's got a good chance.
Yeah, remember it is first to 11, the best of 21, but if it has to be by less than 2 legs, they'll keep going, and if it gets to 13 all, then it's sudden death. You can't split them, but presumably Robert Thornton has got to keep this level up. You kind of know Phil will. Robert can't let the mask slip at all.
Robert's averaging the best he has done in the tournament, 104, 105, I think it is, 105.
Yeah.
And he's got to maintain that. That's the key. He has to maintain exactly what he's done in the first 2 sessions.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, Alan. Back to the commentators then, as we rejoin the match. Chris and Stuart.
Thanks, Matt. Fabulous, fabulous semi-final. Well, good news coming in from Interlagos as well in Brazil, that Lewis Hamilton finishing 5th. But Lewis Hamilton has been crowned Formula One World Champion in a dramatic Brazilian Grand Prix. Taylor has been a racing cert all week. The bookies have had him in pole position, but Thornton here is looking for a flying lap to try and take out the power.
Well, that last leg, the 15th leg, that was a breaker throw, and that means that Robert Thornton has got to muster up a minimum of 12 dart leg, a minimum, to try and break back, and that's not a guarantee against Taylor, the way he's been slotting 11 and 12 dart legs in.
Well, don't forget, Thornton was 4-1 down and then won 4 consecutive legs quite brilliantly in the middle of the match. Taylor's average, 114.80, the record for a TV event anywhere in the history of darts, 114.53. Is he going to beat that record here tonight in Frankfurt?
Take a brave man to bet against it, the way he's playing. Not even a bead of sweat. That's a great shot. Leaves 130. Robert Thornton way back. A 180, I suppose, is a minimum.
That 15th leg, crucial, just before the break, and, you know, we called it, didn't we? How many times under pressure does Taylor get the final dart, get the final double with the last dart in his hand? I just wonder whether that has knocked the stuffing out of Thornton. We shall see. Another huge finish maybe for Taylor here. 8-8 for a 130.
It's a great shot. There's no pressure there to go for a 20 to leave the ball. So opted for the 54 to leave 8-8. Sitting pretty, coming back. Bit of pressure from Thornton, but you wouldn't expect Taylor to miss this. He's looking like 9-7. Straight down the side of that one. There we go.
3 consecutive legs now for Phil Taylor. He's 2 away from a place in the first ever European Championship final. Well, Thornton's shown whatever, he's a class act, and he's going to be a real threat to whoever draws him at the Grand Slam and at the World Championship in December.
Yeah, he's impressed me no end. I've not really... I watched him in the World Masters, bits and pieces of it, but this is really, really impressive. This is sending a message out to all the boys. There's a new kid on the block, and he wants to put people's heads on it, I think.
100.
Well, steady ton, but it may not be enough against Taylor, who will look here to break the throw again and then step up to throw for the match.
Just what you touched on, those key moments, those key shots, just so natural, and you know, the normal players just react differently. This guy is just a different animal, absolutely different animal.
The grimace of disappointment when the second dart missed the treble bed, but he's still in there scrapping Robert Thornton.
Yep, he's a street fighter, very proud man, will not give an inch. Well, this is a chance to put the pressure on and make that 1-2-1 a little bit more difficult for Taylor.
Wow, huge disappointment, a loose dart, needs one big treble.
45.
Well, Taylor may have 6 darts from here. Knowing Taylor, it'll probably take only 3, let's see. 11 would leave the bull.
Oh, he actually opted to go 45 double 8. That's, I'm surprised the way Thornton hits treble 20s.
Yep, a gamble. Real risk from Phil Taylor.
Or is that a little bit of mind games?
Oh, certainly.
Is he telling him you can't hit this, do you think?
Well, he didn't. And Taylor with a chance here to go within one leg of the final. Double 8. Never in doubt, and Phil Taylor, who trailed at 7-6, has now won 4 consecutive legs, and here he is, the greatest ever, throwing for a place in the final.
Yep, just one leg away now with the throw. So you'd think this would be the last leg of Thornton's European Championships, and fabulous time I'm sure he's had, and he can walk off this stage with his head held high. Incredible performance.
Yep, and when you consider 5 months in the PDC, already a first major semi-final, there's a lot of players on the circuit who've never even got close to a big semi-final on the television.
99.
The way that Thornton has performed here would suggest it's the first of many to come over the next decade or so.
Yep, I think we'll see a lot of this man. He's not going to be outside the top 32 for much longer, that's for sure.
123.
Well, up to 36 in the world, Robert Thornton already. If he does win this, you don't rule him out, but it looks unlikely now. He would, or would have, moved up to 28th. But he's going to be a major player in the world of darts. But at the moment, Taylor looks untouchable.
Well, you wouldn't want him in your group next in a couple of weeks' time in the Grand Slam, that's for sure. He's going to be coming off this one on a high and full of confidence, and rightly so.
114.53, the biggest ever average seen in any darts tournament ever, anywhere in the world. It's now 114.03.
I think if he takes this, I think it will just tip it over the edge.
Now, your maths is better than mine. Let's see. 138. Well, not this time.
And his
94.
tournament average is just phenomenal. I've never seen higher.
109.62, and that's just the stuff of dreams for a lot of darts players. Thornton needs this just to leave a finish. But Taylor here for the match.
To wrap it up, 12 double 16.
For a place in the final. Come on, he says. Look at that, you can see what it means to Phil Taylor. He has been given a real fight by Robert Thornton. He was 7-6 down and forced to produce his brilliant best, an average of nearly 113 and a half. He's won 5 consecutive legs, and Taylor remains on course for the European Championship crown. What a match, what a performance from the power. He takes out Thornton 11-7.